Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Mrs. Cog Hill Farm. I have the little old lady that I rescued here recently, and I wanted to give you guys a little update. We've decided that we're going to name her Dee Dee, and we're going to spell it D-E-E-D-E-E. It's just the first thing that came to our mind, and we're going to stick with it. So I just wanted to give you guys a little update. I did get her a pretty little collar. I don't know if you can see it, but she's got a pretty little collar, and she's going to go out with me this morning, and we're going to get our feeding done. And I'm going to talk to you guys about a little situation that I have going on. We got to be real quiet. Well, never mind. Gus sees me. That's okay, because when Loretta realizes I'm out here, that's when the squealing begins. And if y'all remember, we do know that Loretta can't hear. So she doesn't rely on her ears for knowing when it's feeding time, more so sight. And she said, "It's time to eat, Mama." What are you doing this morning, baby girl? You gonna get vocal for us? And Gus, he's all chill over here. Loretta's just smacking away. Loretta, you know that's not nice to do that on camera. Alright, this is the everyday occurrence of Loretta. Once she realizes that I'm actually out here, get my food ready. Are you happy now? You sure look like you are. Goodness gracious. Corny's gonna come visit you this morning. He said you're making such a big deal about this food, he needs to come see what it's all about. Dee Dee, you gonna help me feed this morning, girl? You sure are a big help. We're happy to have you here. You look really happy. So here I am where the boy goats and Moody live, and there's no Moody in sight. And this is what we have been encountering. He's got a great bale of hay back here. He's got awesome pasture, and we find him a lot of times not even wanting to come eat. But we feed him anyway. So let me see if I can't get the big man to come on to the front. Here he comes. I didn't even have to call him. He just heard me talking. Hey, big man. Come on, Moody. It's time for breakfast. I always feed Moody first, so that way he's occupied and the boys don't get cut short on their feed. I see beautiful Topper over there, and Joe and little Mo here. Here he comes. You don't look like you've missed any meals, big man. Here you go. Breakfast of champions. And now I've got Moody occupied and go take care of these fellas. We're still feeding Mo outside the fence, so we make sure that he's got all that he needs nutrition wise. And what we find ourselves doing is leaving little Mo, as you can see back here, out and finish eating while we then go take care of the chickens. And by that time, Mo's finished. He doesn't go anywhere. He just stands around his gate, waiting on his turn to go back in. Good morning, ladies. And Big Mac right here in the middle. Mr. Cheese out here doing his thing. How are y'all doing this morning? Everybody looking beautiful? Let's see. Oh yeah, we got a little hen house reserve is what we feed our chickens, and we keep that full for them. We got another feeder on the other side, but we're gonna go collect eggs. All right, so here I am to my roll out nesting box. that I have found such a good way to eliminate having to clean any eggs. All right, are y'all counting? 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. That might be Cheese's egg. I'm just kidding, y'all. Geese lay humongous eggs. 17, 19. Guess what? 23. We almost have 2 dozen eggs today. All right, here comes little man now. He's ready to go back in with his friends, and how easy is that? Thanks, Mo, for being such an easygoing fella. Moody, did you enjoy your breakfast, buddy? All right, now on to this little situation I have going on. Y'all remember, I can't go much of anywhere without my, well, not so puppy puppies coming along. Oh, look! Tucker's decided she's gonna come to the barn. So this brings me to where my issue arises, and that's in my milking room. There's no problem with the milking room. It's just, I mean, it's my dream. It's everything that I desired to have to complete the missing piece to the puzzle of my farm dream, which is to milk my goats. I have my milking stand. I have my sink. I have my hot water heater up under the cabinet here. I have my mini split that produces both heat and air. I have a wonderful room to milk my goats, but this is where the problem arises. Mr. Greg brought us a load of sand, in which I have spread out with the tractor and attempt to make this area a little bit higher, make it drain well, make the animals utmost comfortable in their environment under the lean-to area, which they'll be fed daily and spend a lot of time in the shade, I'm sure. But here's where my problem arises. We don't have a fence. We have T-post. We have pasture. We have an area that's ready. But if it doesn't have fence, how in the world can I bring a goat over here to milk? It's just things are going a little bit slower than what I imagined. There hasn't been a day go by that we haven't at least done something that involves the pasture fencing, the milking room, getting our farm the way we want it to be. But as much as we have worked and as hard as we've worked, it's not going to be to where we need it in time to milk Capri. So Capri's son is Capri's son. Some of you may not even know what his name is, but the mama's name is Capri, and he's a man, so his name is Capri son. And he was born the last week of April, which makes him about 3.5 months old right now. We do not want Capri son to breed with Bootsy nor Bo Peep, because he, being a Nubian, a large breed goat, Bootsy and Bo Peep being Nigerian dwarfs, a small breed goat, the pregnancy would not go over well for either of those small does. You can do the opposite. You can breed a Nubian female to a Nigerian dwarf buck, such as Topper, and not have those problems. But our situation is reversed, and the time has come that Capri son needs to go to his new home, which is big family, small farm. Our friends over there are going to take Capri son for their new breeding buck, and the time has come for him to go. He's of age to potentially breed those girls when they're in heat. And Nigerian dwarfs are in heat year-round, one time a month. Nubians, as you know, are seasonal heat goats, meaning in the fall months, October, November, December, January, February, sometimes later, sometimes earlier than those months, that's when they are in heat. So that's when those girls can be bred. I missed out on milking Capri this season, and I'm not going to beat myself up over it, because I just know that that's going to give us more time to get things situated, get things put in place, make them exactly the way we need them to be for this opportunity to, in turn, milk our goats. It may be that this fall I breed Paris with little Mo. That was my intentions, because Joe is her daddy. She can't breed with her daddy. So I have Mo for that to happen. If I were to breed Paris, then 5 months later, we'll have a little beautiful Nubian baby or babies that I can in turn milk her from. I don't exactly know. I don't want to breed Fifi, because Fifi has a condition known as precarious udder. And what that means is her udders are full of milk, even though she hasn't been bred. And I don't want to take a chance to potentially risk her health by breeding her and her bag become even fuller to the point where she may develop mastitis or some condition that I don't want to happen. So my plans are to retire Fifi altogether from breeding. That leaves me with Capri that I could absolutely breed Capri again. I could breed Capri to Mo, see what happens. Like I said, I can breed Paris. I could even breed Bootsy or Bo Peep to Topper. We haven't done that in several years, but I think I'm satisfied with the Nubian breed of goats simply because they're easier to milk and the quantity of milk is a lot greater. But that's why I didn't show feeding the goats this morning, because I want to go over there and I want to show you my beautiful herd along with Mildred and Jessie that just make it complete. And Peaches, don't forget about Peaches. And tell you guys my disappointment, but also my future outlook for my goats. So here she is, beautiful Capri, who is a Nubian doeling, the mother of Capri Sun. And I'm going to show you guys her udder. He is still nursing just a little bit, but he doesn't need to be. He's eating grain. He's perfectly ready to go to his new home. But her udder is beautiful. No doubt that she is going to produce wonderful milk for me one day, but the timing just didn't work out. And I don't have anywhere in this pasture that I could milk her. I would be out in the pasture. You don't get breaks from milking. If it's raining, you milk. Goats don't like rain. Where am I going to go out here where I can milk her and her be out of the weather and be comfortable, and me be comfortable as well? So that's out of the question. That leads me to where I am. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna look at this as a blessing in disguise, because that'll give me time to be more prepared for putting a goat on a milk stand that's not used to it. I can feed her there. I can get her used to it without the stress of all of a sudden you got to go on the milk stand. All of a sudden, this is new to her, this is new to me, and I'm gonna have time now. I'm gonna have time to prepare. I'm gonna have time to decide what's gonna work out best. This is Paris. She is Fifi's daughter and Joe's daughter. My gracious, she's beautiful. I can only imagine what her offspring is gonna look like. So to have the opportunity to breed her and potentially work with her on the stand, use her for a milking doe is gonna be phenomenal. I look forward to it. And this little fella here, Capri Sun, I know will be welcomed with open arms to his new family, which is gonna be Wes and Angie at Big Family Small Farm. So it's not a complete loss. It's just gonna give me the opportunity to be better prepared. And while I don't have milk on hand to make the products that I would like to provide for my family, I am going to freeze dry something that I hope to use their goat milk to make in the future. But right now, we're gonna go in and we're gonna put a smile on our face and realize that not everything falls into place the day that we want it to. Doesn't mean it's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen today. Right, Peaches? Y'all, Jessie's catching on to bad habits. She just untied my shoe. Jessie, what in the world has Nugget taught you? I know, you just want love-ins, don't you? Yeah. You are so special to us, and we're so happy that DJ from Arms Family selected us for you to come live with. All right, y'all, we're gonna freeze dry something fun today. Enough of these fruits and vegetables and stuff that's good for you. We're gonna do something that you may not want to have this for an everyday snack, or you may want to. But these are ice cream sandwiches, and this is something I've been wanting to try. So I really don't know the correct size to even cut them, but in my experience with freeze drying things that contain a lot of moisture, smaller tends to do better, except for watermelon. Watermelon, I did the bigger size pieces and it worked out perfectly. So this is an experiment. I'm not sure how it's gonna go, but we're about to test. And this one's already coming apart, even though it's frozen. I'm gonna start by, I think, just slicing them down the middle and then cutting them into little bite-sized pieces. Because if we do end up eating these quite frequently, like I think we're going to, we probably want to minimize our proportion, and this will be a good way to do it. I bought a box of 12, and I'm thinking, uh-oh, that piece came off. You know what that means? I get to eat it. It also made me realize that it hurts my teeth. I have sensitive teeth. Some of you may know what I'm talking about. Some of you may think, well, you may need to go to the dentist, but I assure you, I regularly go to the dentist, but my teeth are just sensitive. So when I eat something very cold, such as ice cream, it tends to hurt my teeth a little bit. But if these turn out the way I think they're going to, I may be bringing ice cream to a brand new level. So I have my 4 trays filled with ice cream sandwiches. Don't do what I did. Get your family involved. This takes all the people that you have in your household because they melt. And it didn't take me very long to cut up 12 ice cream sandwiches, but with a little help, I could have prevented this mess that I have. So my advice to you is, don't put them in the freeze dryer as soon as you get home with them from the grocery store. They need to freeze really hard first and get some help. So now I'm going to place the trays in the freeze dryer and see what happens. All right, I have the freeze dryer that holds 4 trays, and I use 3 ice cream sandwiches per tray. Now, depending on the size of your trays, you may hold a little more or a little less. Oh my gracious. Well, that's what I meant about having help, because it was melting faster than I can put it in. It took the complete shape of whatever they went in like, which is fine. I've learned from my mistakes. Just because they're not beautiful doesn't mean they won't eat correctly. Y'all, my husband just tried to try one before it was time. He said, "Can I try one?" And I said, "No, because everybody's got to try one at the same time."
Okay.
Here's yours. Okay. Well,
cheers.
Cheers to little tiny ice cream sandwiches. Not what I expected at all.
I'm gonna go on record and say that's my favorite thing we've ever freeze dried.
Seriously.
Hands down.
It's kind of like a s'mores.
It does taste a lot like a graham cracker now.
It tastes like a s'mores without...
Mmm.
It's really good.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
I'm satisfied.
That is so good.
Even though I wasn't able to make these with goat milk.
That is so good.
Which is one of the things I want to do is make ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
They exceed my expectations. I think they will yours too. Let's see one of these that went splat.
And you don't have to worry about it melting. I mean,
no, you can put it in a Ziploc bag and
snack away.
But this one, it doesn't look so pretty, but I bet it tastes pretty.
I can't stop eating them.
Success.
That's good. I love it.
Another successful freeze dry. Y'all don't forget to like, comment, and share. And also, if you were to be interested in one of the Harvest Right freeze dryers, there's a link below. And everything that you could possibly want to know about Cog Hill Farm is on our website, coghillfarm.com. Thank y'all.